If you've ever dreamed of a way to make money from doing pretty much nothing, then we have the video for you. Today, we're diving into one of the most unexpected money-making stories of recent years, the famous DoorDash pizza arbitrage loophole. This is a story about one clever pizzeria, a bizarre pricing glitch, and some serious free cash flow. First, a bit of background on DoorDash, one of the most popular food delivery services in America, which lets you order meals with just a few taps on your phone. In recent years, delivery platforms like DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Grubhub have been growing like crazy. They're convenient for customers, but often leave restaurant owners frustrated. And that's where our story begins, with one clever pizzeria owner who decided to take advantage of the way DoorDash works. Alright, so let's set the scene. Imagine you own AG's NY Pizzeria, a pizza place with loyal customers and a solid reputation. You're known for your big slices, high-quality ingredients, and most importantly, your prices. But one day, you find out something strange. DoorDash has listed your restaurant on their platform without asking. Not only didn't they ask, but you've actively turned down the advances of all the delivery providers in favor of an in-restaurant dining experience. Even worse, the only reason you notice this is because your loyal customers have started to complain. You see, this is 2019 and the food delivery market is still amateur at best. The DoorDash drivers don't have the correct bags to keep the pizzas warm during delivery, and so your customers are complaining about receiving cold deliveries. However, the next thing you notice is that they've priced some of your items incorrectly. In particular, DoorDash listed one of your pizzas for $16 instead of the actual price, which was $24. Now, most restaurant owners might see this as just another headache. But AG's owner saw an opportunity, a way to profit from DoorDash's mistake, one pizza at a time. So, here's where the magic happens. DoorDash has set this pizza price at $16. But remember, they don't actually prepare any food themselves. They rely on restaurants to make it, and their drivers just deliver it. AG's owner realized he could take advantage of this mismatch. He could order his own pizzas through DoorDash for delivery and actually profit from the difference. Imagine that. You make a pizza, sell it to yourself through DoorDash, and earn $8 in extra profit every time. And that is extra profit because AG's is already making a profit of the standard $24 price. Now let's talk about why this even worked. Arbitrage is basically when you profit from price differences in different markets. In traditional finance, you might buy a stock on one exchange where it's cheaper, then sell it on another exchange where it's more expensive. But here, the owner is using DoorDash's pricing error to create his own form of pizza arbitrage. Every time he orders his own $24 pizza for $16, DoorDash is essentially covering the $8 difference. And if you're thinking, wait, could this really work? Well, yes, it worked perfectly. AG's decided to order 10 of their own pizzas to be delivered to a friend's house and paid $160. But due to the pricing error, they were paid $240 by DoorDash, a nice profit of $80. The economics of this trade are broken down in an interesting blog by Ranjan Roy, to which I'll provide a link to it in the description below. Each pizza cost approximately $7 to make, $6.50 in ingredients, and $0.50 for the box. So, paying $16 to purchase each pizza, plus the $7 in costs, when receiving $24 from DoorDash, results in a real profit of only $1. Not the greatest return on capital. But here's where the real hustle started, because AG's was essentially selling these pizzas to themselves. They didn't have to be real pizzas. So, for the next order, the pizzeria simply put some dough in the pizza boxes, and the dough had an almost zero marginal cost. This meant the profit per pizza increased to $7.50. That's a $7.50 risk-free return, the true definition of an arbitrage deal. The owner of AG's repeated this trade multiple times over the following weeks and made a very tiny profit from his efforts. Now, you might wonder, how could DoorDash not notice this? Well, it actually connects to how DoorDash and a lot of other delivery platforms operate. These platforms often lose money per order to grow their market share. So, listing items at a loss isn't that unusual for them. They're backed by venture capital, so for them, it's often more important to gain users and market dominance than to turn a profit in the short term. And at the time, DoorDash had just raised a lot from the venture capitalists, $400 million to be precise. The company was using this money to try and grow its market share and beat off its rivals, and it really was using the money. According to the company accounts, it lost $450 million in 2019. Similarly, Uber Eats lost $461 million, and Grubhub lost $132 million. DoorDash thought it was just another order they were subsidizing to make their service more appealing, not realizing that AG Zeminar was making some very creative financial moves. But let's step back for a second. Was this ethical? Some might say it was genius and even a fair response to DoorDash's decision to list a business without permission. Others think it crosses a line, arguing that the owner took advantage of a flaw in the system. To this day, opinions are split. But regardless of where you stand, one thing is clear. This was a clever response to a frustrating business situation. So, what can we learn from this? First off, it's a reminder of the importance of understanding how platforms use pricing and how companies operate on different incentives. DoorDash's pricing strategy, for instance, doesn't always align with what's best for small businesses. By setting their own prices without consulting restaurant owners, platforms can sometimes create opportunities, or even loopholes, that clever entrepreneurs might spot. But there's also a bigger takeaway here for investors. DoorDash's strategy shows how many modern tech platforms operate. They're willing to lose money in the short term to gain market share. It's a gamble, and it's one that's only sustainable as long as venture capital funds it. That means we, as investors, need to understand both the rewards and the risks these companies face. So, what do you think? Was AG Zeminar an innovative thinker, or did he go too far? I think there's a lesson here about spotting opportunities and thinking outside the box. But it also shows us some of the challenges and ethical questions that come with a platform-driven economy. If you found this story as fascinating as I did, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. Let's keep exploring the wild world of finance, one crazy story at a time. And let me know in the comments, if you were in AG's shoes, would you have done the same? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.